That's awesome.
Yeah, but see, this is where this office is kind of a little bit of a cheat. I would suggest going to a normal office because unfortunately, there's people around here who know a lot about sports.
Makes sense.
Like it is true.
But even then, I mean, I wonder.
By the way, I do have to mention this. Suarez, third baseman, Cincinnati Reds. Is he the best player in baseball that nobody knows? And when I mean nobody knows, like he's been in Cincinnati. I don't know if people realize his on base percentage the last 2 years, 367. Okay. His RBI, his average the last 2 years, he had 104 last year. He had 82 the year before that. He's averaging 93.5 RBIs. The dude is hitting 32 home runs a year. He jacked 34 last year. I'm telling you, this guy is good. He's 27 years old.
And unknown.
And there ain't a person on planet Earth that knows who the heck he is because he plays for the Cincinnati Reds. In fact, Jose Iglesias is more popular than him because he's the shortstop, but he couldn't even hold his job. Anyway, that's my little rant. But Oakland, you got Mike Fiers. He throws a no-no last night. And I'm being dead serious. It's that whole thing. If a bear, how does it go? If a bear craps in the woods, can anybody smell it?
If a tree falls in the woods, can anybody hear it?
Oh, yeah, that's how it goes.
Oh, that counts too, I think. I mean, it's the same idea.
Yeah, it's the same idea, isn't it? But what I'm trying to say is that, like, this is weird to me because I want right now you to think about 300 no-hitters in professional baseball. And I want you to honestly tell me, out of all the achievements that we care about in baseball, what is a no-hitter to you? When I was growing up, for me, Nolan Ryan was my baseball, my dad talked about him all the time. I watched him when I was really young until he got really old. When he beat up Robin Ventura, that was the greatest moment of my life. I was so fired up. I think I did that to my poor little brother, Clint. And I was just like, do you know what Nolan Ryan did to Robin? Here, you're going to be Robin Ventura. I'm Nolan Ryan. Ooh. And then my dad did it to me, and it was horrible. But, that was awesome. But then you go around and you look at it, and you look at the numbers realistically behind no-hitters now, and I'm starting to think to myself, what is a no-hitter? The A's franchise, do you know that they have now 12 no-nos? Can you believe that? Sean Mania.
Is that the most of any ball club?
The most no-hitters is the Dodgers. They have 26.
Okay.
Red Sox 18, tied with the White Sox. The Giants 17, Reds 16, Braves 14, also tied with the Cubs and the Indians 14. Believe it or not, in all of baseball, and I bet you we could do this all day long, there are, this is the craziest stat of all. There's only one team in baseball without a no-hitter. One team in baseball. Most people are thinking, well, it's got to be the new teams, Tampa Bay. It's got to be a fresh team, right? Do you know the only team that's never spun a no-hitter? And they had a hitter that you would think would prevent no-hitters. Yeah, I'm talking about the San Diego Padres. They've never had a pitcher throw a no-hitter in their entire career. Yep. Now, they've had a guy who almost hit 400 for a season in Tony Gwynn, but damn it, they ain't had a single no-no. And this is also what messed me up. The Diamondbacks ain't even been around that long, and I know they had Randy Johnson, dadgummit, but they got two of them. The Rockies in Colorado, mind you, they have a no-no. The Rays have a no-no. The Brewers and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays only having one no-no kind of messed my head up. But the one that surprised me the most, the Mets only have one no-hitter in their entire storied history. That messes me up as well. But I look at this and I think to myself, no-hitters are very, very important. But Mike Fiers now has 2 of them. Randy Johnson's got a couple. Tim Lincecum, he's great. But Edwin Jackson, Bud Smith. Do you remember Kent Merker when he threw one for the Braves?
Yeah. There's so many names that just were not that good.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And nobody can ever take this away. Nolan Ryan, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, in my opinion, for just the timing, the era. I don't know. He's number 1 in my book. Nolan Ryan is always going to be number 1 in my book. Dude's got 7 no-nos. Sandy Koufax is second with 2 of them. That's why you got Dodgers with a bunch. But you got Bob Feller, Cy Young, Larry. They only have 3. But then you look at this, and this is where everything gets messed up. Now, I think Tim Lincecum, man, he was dope. He's got 2 of them. I think Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander, Randy Johnson, all these guys, I think they're going to the Hall of Fame. And they all got 2 no-hitters. But you know what's going to mess your head up? Like, Pud Galvin's got 2 of them. You know who else has got 2 of them, though, that's really going to mess you up? The worst pitcher in all of baseball. I said the worst contract a few years ago. It went to Homer Bailey. When Homer Bailey got a guaranteed $100 million.
Also,
I threw up.
Worst name.
Yeah, for a pitcher Homer.
Ever.
Hey, Homer, you're a pitcher, dude. You don't want to be your name, Homer, damn it.
And he gives up some bombs,
and he does. Dude, he has 2 no-hitters. And I just think he is awful. Those 2 no-hitters help get him $100 million. Jake Arrieta has 2 no-nos. Now, people like Warren Spahn and stuff like that, like you can see a bunch of people. But this is where I want to tell you, this is where I almost had to get the pins. I was like, this is a lie. So, in 1870s, there was 1 no-hitter thrown. From 1817 to 1880, they had a spike, dude. They had 26 thrown in that decade. And then from 80 all the way down to 90, only 15. And then it went back up to 20. And then at its height, it went to 29. And then this sucker fell to 9 and 8. And it's all like low digits. Guess what's happened since we've gotten into the 1990s? And again, 13, 18, 13, 8, 9, 15. These are the number of no-hitters per year, okay? I mean, per decade. So like in the 1930s, the 1920s, the 1940s, 1950s, people didn't throw no-hitters. They threw them, but not many. Did you know in the last, since 1990, I'm gonna blow your brains out. When you hear this, you're gonna fall over. In 1990, in the 90s, 31 no-hitters were thrown. Now, when they went crazy and took all the juice out of baseball and everybody quit doing steroids, remember the 2000s, the 90s, 31 no-nos. Pitchers were using, the juice. Hitters were using the juice. Everybody's throwing 100 miles an hour. Everybody's swinging for the fences. 31 no-hitters. That's a record, by the way. Most ever in a decade. And then you have 2000s. The Mitchell report comes out. Everybody stops juicing. It drops all the way down to 15. More equal playing field.
That's so interesting to think about how steroids help pitchers.
Yeah, too. But just think about this. In the last 9 years, 31 was the record. Remember? 1990, I told you. Did you know that since 2000, there's already been, that was the 37th no-hitter thrown?
Did not know that.
We're getting to 40, dog. We're getting to 40.
Yeah,
we are definitely going to get to 40.
Yeah.
And that is shattering the 31 record of 1990s as the decade. This will be the decade of the most no-nos. And if you look at the pitchers, like when you see Fiers with a couple, and heck, Max Scherzer, yeah, he's a great pitcher and everything. But what I'm just trying to say is it's getting because I think the players are literally going up to do one thing. With 2 strikes, I think Anthony Rizzo is about the only dude other than maybe Paul Goldschmidt that chokes up on his bat and actually worries about putting the ball in play and getting him out. Heck, you see Baez, he don't care if he's 0-2. He is swinging himself, and if he whiffs, he's corkscrewing himself in the plate. Don't get me wrong, I love him. But I'm just saying, he ain't never going to not get 100%. He's going to swing that bat with everything he's got. And that's just how some guys are. I mean, heck, our buddy that went to Mississippi State, he's now down in San Diego, hit a great walk-off home run, Hunter Renfroe. Made me cry. But Hunter, this is another guy. He is just built like a brick house, and I don't care if he's got 3 balls and no strikes or no balls and 2 strikes. He's going to swing the same way. And that's just how it is. It's changed. They're looking for one spot. They're looking for one pitch, and they are trying to take you yard. But that's baseball now. And I thought that was fascinating, and you know me. I want to hear what your crazy story is.
Well, I thought it was crazy that Jason Pierre-Paul fractured his neck, but I mean, like, when he gets hurt big. Like he doesn't play game. Like
now, if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have luck at all. And a lot of people were like, dude, he made millions of dollars. He's a great athlete. Yes, he's had good luck. Yeah, he's had some good luck. But come on, the year he goes a free agent, first year he's about to get that fat contract in 2015. He about blows his hand off. And then he's about to get, he just gets a $68 million, contract. And now he breaks his neck and by the way, wasn't speeding, according to the police. Wasn't on drugs or alcohol.
Just a pure accident.
It was unequivocally just an accident. And accidents in this world do happen. But how many times you just had an accident and broke your dang neck? Yo, so what was going down, man? I was just hanging out, and then I had an accident and broke my neck. Huh? Yeah, I know I'm a professional athlete and everything. I'm like one of the baddest dudes on planet Earth. But I broke my neck.
But now, there's other edge rushers making news right now. I'm going to be Nick, Joey, and John Bosa.
Oh, we're going Bosa, baby.
Did you hear about this?
Wait, with Richard Sherman and
the Richard
San Francisco?
Sherman. Well, that's sort of
an overarching.
Yeah, that's sort of
I want to hear what you got.
An effect of what this story is. So, Nick, Joey, and John Bosa, mostly Joey and John, have posted what are perceived as racially insensitive, sort of support tweets, Instagram, all that. And they're Trump supporters, very hard Trump supporters. Now John has really been racially insensitive. There's no doubt. Joey made some terrible decisions when he was at Ohio State and posting things that were racially insensitive. But Nick Bosa has sort of stayed out of it. He's just been sort of a Trump supporter through this whole thing, and people are trying to hold it against him. And there's political views, and I know a lot of people don't want them to be out there with their sports sort of icons, but I don't know if there's really a story behind it. It's hard to see some guy coming into the league with all this negative attention around him just because of a political view.
Yeah.
But Joey and John, no question, have made bad decisions on Twitter, on Instagram, everything like that. So
I thought I really thought my man Richard handled it pretty well. I like what he said. He said, "Can the guy play football?" And they're like, "Yeah." He said, "That's all I care about. The guy can play football." And I love the part where he said, I love the part where he says he did go to Ohio State, didn't he? I don't think that's a college just of white people, is it? I thought that was pretty funny. He's like,
never
I'm
had
sure he
problems
can
with teammates.
navigate. Yeah, I'm sure. He's like, I'm sure he knows how to navigate a locker room, and he's probably not a bad teammate.
Yeah, but the thing is, he said also.
But if
Richard
he is a bad teammate,
he said if he's a bad teammate,
it will be known very quickly.
Yeah, and he's not going to get any love. It's just how that works.
But he's going to give him the bit of.
And if he's a bad player as well.
Yeah, if he's a bad player.
Yeah, you can't be like that. But
what is it they used to say? Your attitude once your performance on the field stops or is not as productive as your attitude off the field or whatever. I'm just kind of thinking of the Des Bryant style. That's when you're Audi 5. There was a great saying. I can't remember who said it, but he just said it so eloquently. I was like, damn, I want to steal that.
But
I didn't have a pen.
If you can, go look up some of these posts that John and Joey Bosa have put out in the past, which have been deleted. They even realize how insensitive some of them were. But go get a look at them when you get a chance, because it's tough.
Now, I will have to definitely check that out now that you pointed that out. I also have to say another thing I had to point out was a good job done on my man Richard to accept his teammate with open arms. That's pretty strong. Now, this is something that is I don't even know how this is going on. This is hilarious. Did y'all hear about Paul Pierce farting on Michelle Beadle? Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. I love fart jokes. Like, I don't know what it is. I am 41 years old.
Who doesn't really?
I just love that sound.
Can I get one more?
Yeah, I can give you one more. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Telling you, man.
I really don't know how you do that.
I know. It's awesome. It's pretty dope, ain't it? But, dude, so now my man Paul Pierce, he was working with Michelle Beadle on ESPN. And Miss Beadle was sitting there and just basically said that she had to sit in Paul Pierce's fart cloud because he farted and it just sat right there and wouldn't move until they went to break.
I mean, he had a mouth fart too when he talked about the Bucks being done.
It was over in the first round. He did have a mouth fart.
That's a good mouth fart.
Dude, I'm sorry. That is a very professional job for Beadle to make it all the way. But then to go on air, to go on to go on Twitter and say we're all trapped in a room right now with the fart master just is great. And by the way, Paul Pierce, like, is the fart master his new nickname?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I kind of like that.
What was it
like
before?
It was
What's
the
it before?
truth.
Yeah, the truth. Yeah.
Man, I like fart master better.
Yeah.
Like Grandmaster Fart Flash.
I don't know about that one.
Paul's dropping bombs, baby. He should do a Depends commercial. If you ever, if you ain't afraid of farting, but you don't want to, put the, because like it's one thing to fart, but you don't want to, you don't want to leave streaks, put it that way. And a man like him, by the way, I want to tell you a little small thing. So after this, I went back yesterday, and after I saw this, I looked up a couple of people farting on television, and there's this 1980s one I found on YouTube, where it's like the lady on news has the funniest little bouffant, like her hair is so 80s. Like, I'm ready for Jane Fonda to jump out and start doing like in a leotard with those like things on her things, or like doing leg kicks and stuff. But like she's sitting there doing her news, and the guy next to her just like he's not even on camera, but you can hear it. And in the middle of her news, she just couldn't keep it together and just bust out laughing.
Didn't Max Kellerman just have a fart too?
No, I don't know.
On first take, he farted recently. Yeah, this was like maybe a week ago.
Farting,
and he had
TV.
A mouth fart too. Speaking of mouth farts, again, I mean, both these guys. What's up with these guys?
Well, like, I want right now at 67129. I want the funniest fart story you have ever heard in your life. Like, where's the best? Like, do you think anybody's ever been like up there, like doing a speech, like a commencement speech, and like the lady like walks behind and her mic's on real quick, and the dude accidentally just goes, and you're like, oh my goodness. Like, do you point to the lady behind you, or you're like, I'm going to tell you right now, if I farted on television, I'm pointing at the person next to me. I'm going to be like, Gabe. I don't know why. Everybody knows that it can be a hump day and you can be having a horrible, horrible day.
But we're talking about farts.
But if somebody farts, man, you're just going to start laughing, man. Now, we got basketball, and Kyrie Irving's the only person on planet Earth that if you told a fart joke to, he would not laugh because he is just miserable.
He's just always frowning.
Yeah, him and Kevin Durant are always miserable. Tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, I told you last night, I said, did I say it was going to be an epic beatdown of epic proportions? I did. I was right. Tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, Celtics, it's over, buddy. Bostonians, be excited that, did you know our girl, Camille Kostick, the one that's dating New England?
Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk's girlfriend. You know that she's the cover of Sports Illustrated now.
Did you see Tyra Banks is back?
What?
Yeah, go look at it.
What do you mean?
Tyra Banks is back on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Like she's modeling again?
Yes, she's modeling again.
I didn't know that.
100%. Yeah.
Well, dude.
Go check it out.
Well, I still don't want to date Tyra. But I will tell you that Gronk's doing well.
Yeah.
But dude, Tyra's old. Are you sure?
Positive.
And she's in a bikini.
Yes.
And she's still looking fly?
Yes.
Like her old fly self?
I mean, you lose a little bit, but still, I mean.
All right, because she was like supermodel.
This is Tyra Banks we're talking about.
Yeah. And this is also Paul Pierce farting on Michelle Beadle we're talking about, okay? Like, this is real deal stuff. This is important. By the way, I just wanted to tell you, if you have a whole lot of babies, you might have to sell your house like Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp had more kids than me and Gabe and pretty much everybody listening. And guess what happened? He just put his mansion up and he's slashing prices. Why? Because he's slashing prices because he's got child support to pay and he don't want to go to jail.
Does he have as many as Cromartie? Antonio Cromartie?
Oh, dude, you didn't know that. You know, like, I think Sean Kemp wanted to be like Wilt, but Wilt forgot to tell him that you gotta, you don't want to like leave it. You don't want to make a bunch of babies. So, protection is always, here's how I look at it. Let's do a PSA. Please, safe sex. Let's have it. Is that a good one? I like that one. Sean Kemp was not having safe sex, and now he's selling his mansion. But my man Wilt the Stilt, he was 20,000 deep. And how many kids did you see him paying child support for? That's right, because Wilt knew what he was doing. And y'all know what y'all are doing. Y'all listen to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. And coming up next, do we got Travion Tate?
We sure do.
Oh, don't you dare touch that dial. Are you a Tiger fan? This is Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
From Penny, the Tiger player.
I think it's just Anthony Hardaway this and Anthony Hardaway that, but we have just more than one player on the team.
Through Penny, the Tiger coach.
Well, I think the main game plan is we can teach you. We're going to develop you. We're going to get you better.
For over 25 years, we have been real sports talk for Memphis in the Mid-South. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.